All right, guys, we're back with another YouTube video, another training video going down right now. I'm gonna start filming pretty much all my training days, I think, just to keep log and so you guys can see, what I'm doing and everything with everything that entails. So we are on our way to the gym right now. We got posterior today, so we had anterior yesterday, posterior today, and then we will have rest day tomorrow. So the goal of this split is to maximize muscle hypertrophy, because we are upping the frequency of which we are training per muscle group, and we're really focused on the weak points that need to be brought up. So that's the idea with this training split. I'm able to target every single muscle group that I want to target. Well, I'm able to target every single muscle group, but specifically the weak points of my physique, I'm able to target them a little more, and it's so far been going great. So especially as an advanced lifter, like I've been training for almost 8 years. November 8th, 2018 is when I started. So November 8th, 2026 will be 8 years of lifting, which is freaking crazy to think about. But as an advanced lifter, it's very hard for, someone like me especially, I feel like, not necessarily me, but advanced lifters, for you to get the needed stimulus you need out of an entire leg day. So let's say, I was running legs push-pull for a while. I was doing a powerlifting split for a while. But everything like that, go, bro, go, shit. But everything like, gotcha. But everything like that, right? If I'm doing a full leg day as an advanced lifter, I'm gonna need so much stimulus, right? And just so much volume in one sort of leg day to reach the adaptation of muscle hypertrophy. And it's just not sustainable, and in my theory, in my eyes, to do an entire leg day as an advanced lifter. That way, the anterior posterior split, I'm able to really focus on quads and adductors one day, and really focus on hamstrings, glutes, and calves on the other day, on the posterior day. So it's easy to break it up like that and be able to have intentful training for each muscle group, especially given legs. I've never ran a split like this before. I've always done either legs push pull or upper lower or something like that. I've never done where I actually split the leg days in half. But then to even go further than that, I'm not just doing, I'm doing 2 leg days a week, and one day I'm gonna do quad focus, one day I'm doing glute or hamstring focus or whatever. I'm doing anterior posterior rest, anterior posterior rest. So I'm basically hitting legs every single day I'm training, and then each muscle group like 3 times a week, compared to what I was doing twice a week before. And some of my training might have been slacking because I was focused on powerlifting, and then I wasn't able to really put an emphasis on my leg growth. And then if I'm doing a whole leg day in general, I'm not going to be able to target my hamstrings as much as I want to do it, because I'm focused on my quads, and vice versa, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so it's just this split, I'm able to train legs basically every day, but only a specific muscle group at a time. So like today, posterior, I'm able to train hamstrings, glutes, and calves, right? And then 2 days from now, I'm able to train quads, and then the day after that, I'm able to train hamstring, glutes, and calves again, and abductors, and then adductors I do on anterior day. But the split is just it makes a lot of sense for the position I'm in, for what I want to achieve, for my goals. And so far it's been really fun, and I've been logging it on my Google Sheet. I'm an online coach, so I'm doing the exact same thing I have every single one of my clients doing, and it's working perfectly. But it's just really cool to see the progress. It's really cool to actually update my sheet to see the trend of linear progression, and then to monitor my step count, my nutrition, the exercises I'm doing, the RIR or intensity or RPE that I'm doing, all that fun stuff. So the split has been very fun, but that's the whole point of this YouTube series, is I'm trying to document this split in general, because I've never done a muscle hypertrophy split just focusing on muscle size, right? I've done push-pull legs, but it's always been an emphasis on compound lifts or barbell bench, squat, or deadlift. I've never stopped doing all three of those and really emphasized muscle hypertrophy. So this is a whole new thing for me. We are currently on week 3 of the split of the program. I believe we have 1 or 2 more days. I have to check the Google Sheet, but I believe we have 1 or 2 more days left of this week, and then week 4 next week. But I'm planning to run this at least 12 to 16 weeks. We are technically in a growth phase 2, so I'm tracking my body weight. But like I tell all my clients, we don't necessarily care about the day-to-day body weight. We want to see a trend linearly upward week to week if we are in a growth phase. So that's been really cool. But yeah, so we're tracking our body weight, we're tracking our steps, we're tracking our nutrition, we're tracking our diet, we're tracking our workouts, we're tracking all of that. And that's what the goal of this YouTube series is just tracking my workouts, so I can see, so you guys can see my kind of training. And then after the 12 or 16 weeks of this growth phase, we'll see how much better we looked or how much muscle we've built, if any at all. But yeah, it's been super fun, and I know I make a lot of the YouTube whiteboard videos, but I'm really trying to make more of my gym videos, because this is my true passion. I love working out, I love coaching, so stuff like this is very important to me, and it's awesome to be able to film this, to be blessed to have a platform that people actually watch me on. But stay tuned for more YouTube whiteboard videos, of course, and stay tuned for more training videos. We're on our way to the gym. I'm gonna lock in, drink my pre-workout, Legion, of course, and the 3 scoops of dextrose, 10 grams of creatine, and then 1 serving of pre-workout. And then intra-workout, we have electrolyte powder, and then 2 more scoops of dextrose. So that's what we'll be having intra-workout, and then post-workout, we got a meal waiting for us. We got to go to work today. So nice workout, and then hop on the treadmill, go to work, and then get more steps in on the treadmill at work. So the goal is at least 10,000 steps a day. I've been averaging around 11,000 a day right now, which is beautiful, because before I was tracking my steps, I was getting 4,000 or 7,000 a day. Right now we're only at about 1,000. We had a pretty sluggish, slow day, just a lot of client work, a lot of editing. But now it's really time to ramp things up, and hit the gym hard, and then recover and get our steps in. So I'll see you guys when we're at the gym, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did last video too, where I did a voiceover over my workout. Stay tuned for more mic'd up workout videos as well. I do plan to make more of those too. It's just hard when I go to the gym at this hour, because it's busy at this hour, and the gym's kind of small, so you can't really hear much, nor do I want to film in front of everyone, kind of thing. So stay tuned for more videos, guys, but hope you enjoyed this training video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, chat, just got to the gym. I got a lot of stuff to bring in, my cameras, my gym bag, my water bottle. So just a really quick update though, but we're at the gym and go in there, warm up. Probably not gonna film my warm up, but maybe in a future video I'll just do strictly a warm up, because I worked in PT, physical therapy, for over a year, 1.5 years. I went to school, I went to college, and I got my bachelor's degree in exercise science with a focus in physical therapy. So rehab's a really big part of my training and how I program all my clients as well. And I think that's what separates me from your average coach, right? So they know how to build muscle, maybe they know how to get you stronger, but do they know the rehab process for specific injuries? So yeah, we're about to get into the gym though. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, we're back with some training voiceovers. What we're doing right here is cable RDLs. One of my favorite exercises right now are these cable RDLs. And it's great because it really takes a lot of that CNS fatigue off your body, right, off your nervous system. And we're able to still have great hip extension, right, with this exercise. So we're still working those back extensors, still working those hamstrings and glutes. But the fatigue to stimulus ratio is way higher on the stimulus end compared to fatigue, and it's not a barbell compound lift. right? So we're not worried about, so much fatigue buildup. So this is just one of the great exercises that I start doing, especially for my posterior chain. But I absolutely love this exercise. We did a 2x8. We have full stack plus a 45-pound plate and a 25-pound plate on the other side. But full 2 sets of 8 reps for this exercise right here. I only filmed 1 set. We are now moving on to some wide or neutral grip assisted pull-ups. Now, I've completely taken out cable pull-downs for neutral grip, for wide grip, and have transitioned and implemented using the assisted pull-up just because the stretch is so good, and I feel like the resistance profile is much better for the lats, and you get a great burn and a great stretch out of these. So we did 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps for these neutral grip assisted pull-ups, and same thing, I only did film this 1 set. But yeah, since back, especially lats and hamstrings are lacking, those are what I'm doing in the start of my workout. So same thing, we went neutral grip for 2 sets. Now we are going to wide grip assisted pull-up. And this is also great too because you don't have to worry about the bar getting in the way or near your head if you're doing a conventional lat cable pull-down, right? The bar path or the just the path in general of the exercise is much cleaner in terms of being able to stay upright and really target your lats. As you can see here, same thing, we did 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps, and I did take all this till failure, right? Assisted pull-ups, you can take till failure. They are actually a crazy, crazy hard exercise. So yeah, taking those till failure, filmed this first set only, but same thing with the other one, we did do 2 total sets. Now we're moving into some seated hamstring curls. Now this is a little tricky in terms of how you want to set it up. There's a lot of, opinions on should you be leaning forward, should you be leaning back. I was leaning forward for a good amount of time because you get a little extra stretch in your hamstrings by leaning forward because the hamstrings, all 4 hamstrings, or the 3 hamstring heads connect to the ischial tuberosity of your pelvis, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So if you do a leaning forward, you get a little more stretch, but I prefer leaning back because I'm able to be stable. I'm able to be a little more stable with pressing against the pad, right, as you can see in the video. But I'm able to progress this way better because I'm able to stabilize myself greater. So we did 2 sets of that, only filmed 1. Now right here, we have intra-workout carbs, and we're swishing them around in our mouth. I forgot the exact biology behind why you do that, but it's cool and it works, I guess. But intra-workout carbs, we did film a second set right here. So second set of seated hamstring curls, slightly different angle, but same thing, pushing against that pad, maintaining a nice stable positioning, and then also, right, really focus on using your hamstrings to curl your legs down to get that knee flexion rather than using momentum. So really locked in place right here. And you can see we took that to failure. Calves are also lacking for me. So we like to do calves on posterior day, especially early on into the workout. So we did 2 sets for this as well. I believe I only filmed 1, 2, but 2 sets in total. Now with calves, really want to focus on the eccentric, really want to focus on the pause at the bottom. But yeah, 2 sets total, about 8 to 10 reps, I believe. I'll have to check my Google sheet of what I actually did, but I believe it was 8 to 10 reps for 2 total sets. Everything taken till failure. Yep, look at that. Look at me go. Push, push, push. Fight, Zach, fight. There we go. Yeah, those calves burn, man. Now we're moving on to a single arm preacher curl. So this machine's quite interesting because you can put the weight in 3 different places. I do it at the top part, which means the weight is heaviest at the top of the rep, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, just single arm preacher curl. I like doing single arm because I'm able to stabilize a little better and focus on unilateral movements. That way I'm not over biasing on one side or anything of that nature. So same thing, we did 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps. I only filmed 1 set of each arm, but you guys get the idea. 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps for these machine or plate-loaded preacher curls. Very good. And you want to make sure your scapula is stabilized too in this exercise. You don't want it to be moving around too much because we are targeting our bicep. We really focus on elbow flexion. The pad is just to help stabilize our arm. We are then moving on to 1 set only of these rope cable hammer curls. I prefer these over a dumbbell hammer curl because the resistance profile, the exercise is hardest at the top with the cables, which is working our biceps brachii or our brachialis the greatest. So that's why we are doing a cable rope hammer curl instead of a seated or standing dumbbell hammer curl. I prefer the rope. But just 1 set of that, about 8 to 10 reps. And then we're doing a Kelso shrug. So this gym does not have a good rear delt fly machine. I also don't want to do any sort of T-bar row because I did enough elbow flexion already, and I want to target my back muscles that do adduction or scapular retraction, and the rear delts help with that. So we're trying to do this for our upper and mid back, but also our rear delts to a degree. But I would prefer to have this exercise more as a rear delt exercise, so like a rear delt pec deck fly. This gym I go to just doesn't have a good fly machine, so I have to supplement it for that. Might switch it up eventually too. We did do hip abduction, abduction as well, 2 sets. Just didn't film it. But here's a little posing breakdown, right? We got the Controlled Insanity on. I wish I could get sponsored, guys, maybe one day. But yeah, the back is not looking bad at all. I'm actually seeing a good amount of progress with my lats so far. We've been on this training split in this growth phase for just around 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. But we're not looking too bad at all. Still a lot of work to do, still a lot of weak points to bring up. But I am happy with how progress has been going, especially with these workouts. I'm not able to get really much of a pump because that is not the goal, but it is good to see, you know, a little pump here and there, especially on that posterior day with that back right there. So yeah, we're sitting at around 213 pounds body weight, 6'2", and we're eating over 650 grams of carbs on our training days, and it's definitely showing. It's definitely helping with training. All right, guys, safety first. But yeah, same thing, just did a voiceover over the workout day, and now we're headed to work. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, hopefully you guys enjoy the voiceover too, me going over the exercises I'm doing, why I'm doing them, and everything that entails to that. But yeah, that's 2 YouTube videos, 2 training days in a row. Whoa, we're bouncy. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so tomorrow's rest day. Then I'll probably film Saturday's lift too. So not much else to be said. I'm kind of looking crazy right here in this little lighting and angle, so it's pretty sick. But didn't film hip abduction, but same thing, just 1 set of that till failure. I think I did, I'll have to check my sheet, but I think I did 9 reps. I want between 8 and 10 for that specific exercise. So that's the only exercise that I didn't include. But yeah, posterior day, we got back, right? Upper back, mid back, lats, traps, rhomboids, rear delts, back extensors, and then, you know, some hamstrings, and then some glutes and calves and biceps. So kind of like I mentioned yesterday's video, anterior, I do triceps, even though they are a posterior muscle right behind or in the back of us in the anatomical position. But since we do chest and shoulders, it makes sense to do triceps on that day. And then likewise for biceps, it makes sense to train them on back day because we're working our bicep, we're getting some sort of bicep stimulus when we do back movements. So it just makes sense to flip-flop those two for the specific split that I'm running. So like always, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're grinding YouTube, trying to get more videos out there, trying to make a name for myself and get put on type crap. So yeah, stay tuned for our YouTube whiteboard video tomorrow, and stay tuned for just more content in general. And like always too, go ahead and follow me on my socials at zachluchh on Instagram and zachluchh with 2 H's on TikTok. And check out my website, zachluch.com, for workout programs for bench press, for muscle hypertrophy, for muscular strength, for beginner workout program, for an advanced workout program, and getting lean. I have a lot of programs on my website. I'm going to continue to make more, but yeah, you should check them out. They're very affordable, and I spend a lot of time working on them because I want you guys to achieve results. So go ahead and check that out on my website. And if you are interested in one-on-one personalized coaching, I am an online coach. I've been online coaching for over almost 3 years now, over 2.5 years. So if you're interested in one-on-one personalized coaching, go ahead and click on my website too. And you can find more information about that. Get on a one-on-one call with me as well to see how I can best help you reach your goals based on your lifestyle, your training history, your job, your work, and everything within that as well. So God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, stay tuned for more content.